much better use of the equipment, and it's a technological transformation, but it's a social revolution at the same time. And that suddenly neighbors are starting to talk about the neighborhood battery instead of the weather. Actually, they start talking to each other, and I'm seeing this live. In fact, I have to leave in a few minutes because I'm going to talk to the local community where we are going to install this battery. And the interest is so high. People want to be part of this. They want to actually go beyond the panels where their energy stops at the boundaries of their property. They want to go beyond that, and that's the community battery. So I see that this is going to pop up like mushrooms all over the place. That's what I bet on.
That's cool. Like it's a wave that's coming that is coming faster than we imagine it is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, wonderful. Brian, what do you think? What's coming over the horizon? So, a quick introduction of your context.
Hi, I'm Brian. I'm the Managing Director of FinTech at Startup Bootcamp Australia. I'm also on the board of FinTech Australia. And I've known Adam since he came through the program at Startup Bootcamp, which is why I have the shirt. You can all be jealous. I just want to quickly say that I'm terrified talking to energy people because you were all far smarter than me. The moment you all start talking about load distribution, I'm like, ooh. Just the biggest thing that we're seeing is the intersection between, I mean, you basically just gave a whole talk on this, but the intersection between FinTech and energy, there used to be an intersection, and then there was a bit of melding, and now there's just complete overlap. And if you look at what's coming out of not even COP26, you go back to COP24 and you talk about carbon markets, and you start looking at where the intersection of finance and energy starts coming in. And that's one example. But there is so many different connection points and overlaps between these areas that what I think a lot of people miss as people are starting to look at how can they be more sustainable, how can they be more carbon neutral, how can they take larger control of themselves. The largest individual decision that anybody can make is your finances. It's where you bank, it's where you put your superannuation, it's where do you invest, it's all those different pieces. That's the largest individual contribution you can make. And we've seen this trend for years. And I'm giving this away like 2 days before, so I hope I'm not going to get in trouble. But
We are live, by the way.
We are live, so I'm not going to say what I was going to say. Thank you so much. There's a big announcement in 2 days at our Startup Bootcamp Demo Day on Thursday. But what I can say is we're launching a big new push on sustainable fintech, because it is the future, and it is the change that we're seeing on how people can interact. And so, as Adam knows, energy is the largest part of our business in Australia, but there's this constant connection between those points. And that's just one side of it. But it's not the only side. And I was talking to Adam about this, and just to get a little boring and regulatory for a second. If anybody, quick show of hands, anybody's heard of consumer data rights, CDR? Well, you should, because it's coming for energy very, very quickly. So it's going through, the consumer data rights is the GDPR-esque, the open banking-esque of Australia. But it started in finance, and energy is next. And what we're seeing over and over again is that these different pushes that are touching the finance sector are starting there, but they're not ending there, and they're moving to other portions of industry. And energy is constantly being the one that's coming to. So I guess those are some of the things I'm kind of really excited about.
That's a beautiful, and it leads really nicely to David actually, because privacy and data, that's one of the biggest things and that we have to consider, because this is coming, right? This tidal wave.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So when we speak about energy, let's say 2030, I think today we're consuming, let's say, telecom in a different way. I still remember that we had a phone at home, and I had to tell somebody that I'm leaving and I'm meeting in a certain time. Cryptocurrency, like, who got a wallet here? Wow. Who's paying with his phone today? Okay. So the way that we transact today is different. And it also will bring it to energy. And that's what we're doing here. We are a data company that we are very sensitive to the cybersecurity and what damage it can do if somebody unauthorized will tap into it. So we try to complete and to help to this transition by providing the data in a reliable, in a private manner, in agreeable manner when we don't manipulate the data for our commercial needs, and allow us as customers to develop a different energy market that we consume energy from a power plant a few hundred kilometers in the east and consume it in Melbourne. We believe that part of the energy transition, when cars will be electrified, generators, homes will be generators. We used to be customers. Today, I'm a generator. We make sure that this transition and this interesting advanced market will be here and in a secure and honor and manner.
Absolutely. So we're wrapping it. We're going to wrap up. I just want to get you guys, Chris. Do you have what's your prediction? I know predictions are very dangerous. What's your prediction? And using no more than 10 words about what our energy communities are going to look like within the next 5 years. Say.
We're going to have an energy bank where you trade kilowatt hours, basically. And that's how money and energy will actually converge. There are people already starting to think about how to make that happen, but they're on the other side of the world at the moment. We haven't come very far here yet, but that was one of the
Yeah, that's good though. An energy bank in the next 5 years. Brian, what are you?
Counting my words. Embedded, decentralized, where individuals hold value through what they produce.
Nice. Oh, straight on 10 words. And by the way, these questions have not been prepped, so
So I'm counting.
I think this will be energy for individuals, not more big companies. I think it will be much more distributed, and we all gonna be part of this transition.
Yeah, wonderful. A community-led transition, but using technology to get us there. Yes, absolutely. All right, we're going to break and say thank you very much. Thank you to the panel, and realize you've got some calls to make in 4 minutes, so we're going to break and have some drinks. Thank you again for having us, David. Thank you, everybody.